Hello, good afternoon everyone. This is Teacher Chess. So this afternoon we're going to learn about the different kinds of habitats of plants and animals. So we're going to identify what are those kinds or types of animals and plants that live in a certain environment, or what we called a habitat. So let's go and find out what are those animals and plants. So first we're going to have a short video about different kinds of habitats. So let's watch. First, we have aquatic. We have freshwater habitat, wherein we have lake and river. Marine habitat, that include sea and ocean. So this is the biggest habitat, the marine habitat or ocean. That is a jellyfish, and that is a starfish. Next is we have rainforest habitat. Forest with tall trees, warm climates, and lots of rain. Tropical rainforest in Central and South America, and Africa and Asia. Temperate forests, deciduous tree forest, oak, maple, birch, pine, etc. Those shed all their leaves before winter. Winter is very cold here. So we have Arctic tundra habitat, treeless, cold, harsh habitat. Terrestrial animals here have thick fur, like a polar bear, to sustain the cold. And we have the grassland, less trees, more grass, like African grasslands. So as you can see, there is a lion. Desert habitat, extremely hot and dry. So that is the end of our video. Okay, so those are the different types or kinds of habitats. So let's go now to our vocabulary. So we have, first we have habitat, forest, ocean, grassland, desert, shelter, environment, plants, and animals. So those are our vocabulary or words for this topic. Next, what is an habitat, or we're going to learn what is the meaning of the habitat. So a habitat is a place where an animal or plant lives and grows. It is where the plants and animals comfortable living with. So every animal or every plant has its own habitat. A habitat is where an animal finds the food, water, and shelter it needs. Everything that the plants and animals needs, it's already there in what they called a habitat. So we're going to learn what are those habitat. So next we have grassland habitat. So what is a grassland? There are thousands of types of grasses in the grasslands. Fairy rose, gumweed, gumbo, primrose, spiderwort, goldenrod, clover, wild indigo, and cornflower. Many grassland animals are very fast, which helps them escape predators, and others are camouflaged in their outer layer, which protects them from their prey. So grassland are one of the examples of the grasses in grasslands. So let's learn what are the animals live in grasslands. So we have tiger, deer, lion, hyena, cheetah, ostrich, zebra, rhino, bison, elephant, kangaroo, armadillo, falcon, secretary bird, snake, lizard, and frog. So those are the animals that live in grassland. Next is we're going to learn about ocean's habitat. So ocean habitats can be divided into two, coastal and open ocean habitats. Most ocean life can be found in coastal habitats on the continental shelf, even if these areas occupies only 7% of the ocean. So there are a lot of animals and plants can be found in the ocean. So what are those? We have sharks, jellyfish, octopus, starfish, sea anemone, seagrass, and algae. So most of our food as well came from the ocean or sea. So there is a lot of species, animals and plants in the oceans, but we're just only naming a few. So let's go ahead. We were going to go to rainforest or forest habitat. So what is a forest habitat? Trees provide shelter and food for a variety of birds and small animals such as squirrels and beavers. Enhancing growth diversity, trees create an environment that allows them to grow plants that otherwise would not be there. Flowers, fruits, leaves, buds, and woody parts of trees are used by many different species. So when we say trees or when we say forest, we all know that there are a lot of trees and there are a lot of animals as well living on that forest. So we're going to identify as well what is a rainforest. So we have a rainforest can be described as a tall, dense jungle. The reason it is called a rainforest is because of the high amount of rainfall it gets per year. The climate of a rainforest is very hot and humid, so the animals and plants that exist there must learn to adapt to this climate. So what are those animals? So we have deer, fox, tiger, elephant, lynxes, woodpecker, orangutan, howler monkey, wild boar, marten, African elephant, red squirrel, squirrel monkey, and so on and so forth. So those are the forest animal, and this is what you call the rainforest. Next is we go to desert habitat. So a desert is a very warm place. The air is very hot and dry. There is very little rain. The soil is very sandy. Most animals that live in the desert sleep during the day because it is too hot. They come out at night to eat. They are called nocturnal. Some desert animals burrow in the ground during the day. Many plants have thick leaves in the desert to retain water. Most desert animals get their water from the food they eat. So as you can see, there are a lot of animals that live in the desert. We have also plant what we call cactus. So camel also can sustain in the desert or can live in the desert because they have a big amount of, or they have a storage of water in their back. Okay, next let's go. So what are other habitats? So we have animals that have completely adapted to cave, like life includes cave fish, cave crayfish, cave shrimp, isopods, amphipods, millipedes, same cave salamanders, and insects. Okay, so There is also a habitat that is called cave, and also we have animals in the lakes include plankton, crayfish, snails, worms, frogs, turtles, insects, and fishes. Plants include water lilies, duckweed, cattail, bulrush, stormwort, and butterwort. So these are all the, as you can see, this is the pictures. The pictures below, this is what the animals and plants that live in the pond. So next we go to tundra habitats or Arctic. Tundra is an environment that is very cold and windy. It is a treeless area. It is the coldest environment. The land is covered with snow and ice in most of the year. Most of the land has ground that is permanently frozen, as the summers are short. So as you can see, there are animals that live also in tundra habitats. We have polar bear, and this one is a caribou moose. Next, okay, so I do have here some animals and their habitat. So we're going to match or put an arrow which animal goes to cave, which animals go to grasslands, and which animals live in the forest, marshes, and lake. Okay, let's answer. We have, for hippopotamus, the hippopotamus can live in the marshes. So hippopotamus can like want to have a wet or wants to soak his body on the water. Next, we have an elephant. Alligator lives in the lake. Bear lives in the cave. Elephant live in the forest, and zebra, the last, is on the grassland. So I hope I will be able to give you some knowledge about the habitats of a certain plants and animals, and I hope that you've learned something from my video. Hope to see you soon again. Goodbye. Thank you.